Greetings, salutations, Life and Poetry fam. Welcome back to the channel with your boy, your host, Marcus T. This guy, with yet another installment of Discussions with Marcus T. We have back some special guests, guys. You've seen them before. Awesome power couple here. I believe the first time we introduced these two to the channel, they were just people that we brought about. You guys didn't know too much about them, but this time I'm going to spill the complete tea. Complete tea, right? The gentleman you see on the screen is my pastor, the very own Pastor Robert Strozier, or as we love to call him, Pastor Rob. Next to him is his lovely, lovely wife. Notice I didn't call her First Lady. Another story for another day. His lovely wife, the lovely, sensational Miss Robin Strozier. Guys, welcome them back to the platform.
Thank you, Marcus T, that guy. What up?
Yes, oh my gosh, guys, Life and Poetry, we are here to discuss something great. You know, here at Life and Poetry, we talk about what? Life, poetry, and sometimes we throw a little ministry in there because that's me, right? That's all about, that's part of my story. I'm the minister, I'm the poet, I'm living life, right? Life and Poetry, Marcus T. So today we're going to talk about something that really piqued my interest. This past Wednesday, our pastor and his lovely wife, they touched on a topic on Bible study about relationships, right? Little did they know, Life and Poetry, on my docket was a discussion about relationships. Now, they stole my topic, y'all, and took it for Bible study, but I'm not going to hold it against them, not one bit, right? It's all connected, right? It's for due time, due purpose for this here, right? So I asked them to come back to the channel, and they said yes. I didn't have to beg, guys. They willingly came, which is a blessing, because this is an awesome topic to talk about. So let's talk about relationships. Guys, how long have y'all been together? I don't even know that. I was at y'all wedding. I don't even remember when that was. I'm sorry.
We'll be married 8 years this month on September the 9th.
Yeah.
Wow. But we were together 7 prior to that. So it was 8 and 7? 15?
I failed math, so I wouldn't want to answer that question.
Right, I think it's like 14 or 15 or something like that. So yeah. 15 years. Wow.
Life and Poetry, no, I don't do math. We don't do equations on this channel here.
That's not what you do. I get it. Right? I know, right? Well, apparently I don't either.
Yeah, it's all right. We don't do math too much these days. That's what calculators and smartphones are for.
Right.
Kids stay in school. Stay in school, all right? But that's quite a long time. You know, I was about to say, as you know. Well, of course you guys know. You're my pastor, right? We end up, me and my wife, right? My wife, oh, I got a wife, y'all.
Yeah.
And you said it.
You said it real smooth, like, I mean, so smooth.
It's so funny because I've never introduced her as my fiance on this channel. She's always been my wife.
Right.
So to actually have it official now, I'm like, yeah. Yeah. Life and Poetry, y'all know the story behind everything. Y'all know why I'm so giddy about it. It's amazing. But we were together 2 years. I couldn't wait 7 years to ask. I was like, that's just wasn't for me.
Right.
I don't have the patience for that. So we just like, we're going to dive into this one here. But it's amazing though, 7 years. You guys must have learned so much about each other before y'all said, we're going to make this thing official, even in the dating stage or the courting. Y'all don't court. I'm sorry, that's a different generation.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, they use the court. That's your father's time, right?
Courting. Come on, granddad.
Right. That's granddad's time.
Yeah, they are throwing shots to like Porsche. They're throwing shots. It's all right though. So in the learning stage, we're gonna jump right into the good stuff, right? We're not gonna sugarcoat this one here because I want y'all to have the time to spend with yourselves. Y'all have married people time, guys. Married people time on this side over here. That's what we do now. I'm excited. I'm excited, Pastor. You know the story. You know.
I'm excited for you.
I'm super excited. Yeah.
Yes.
That's what's up.
You got him.
We got another couple. Couple.
He put a big pants on.
I did, right?
Right.
Shoot. I'm excited. When I got the call about the marriage license coming through, I told the lady, thank you so very much, as if she was the one that was hand delivering it to me. she was like, what you thanking me for? I said, because you made the call to let me know it was there.
Right.
I was like, do you understand, lady, what we went through for this thing here? This took time and patience and frustration and a lot.
Yeah, no, she don't know. It's cool though.
But I told her I'll send her a wedding gift, like a thank you card or something like that. I was like, yeah. I got her name too. I'm gonna send you a thank you card or something. You worked your magic. I don't know who she was, but
That is so funny.
That is funny.
But it's crazy though, because in relationships we grow so much without even realize that we're doing it. Like you guys have 7+ years under your belt, and I'm quite certain there were times where you were tried, tested, and ready to say, you know what? Insert word here, like unfortunately we don't cuss on this channel no more. I'm doing better at it. Insert word here, just ready to give up on everything. But you guys stuck it out. Like, what was it that kept you guys together for so long?
Communication was one of the key things that that we started the relationship with, just like meeting, like the onset, like, hey, how are you? And finding out what is it that you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? I think in a lot of relationships, you kind of jump into stuff without actually finding out what that person is really, really looking for. So originally, neither one of us was really looking for nothing serious. We weren't trying to get married. Like, it was like, hey, you want to be married? No. Great. Do you want any more kids? No. Great. Okay, we can do this. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, straight like that. Like, I'm not joking. That's not a joke. Like, that was the prerequisite. And so once we decided that, okay, we just gonna just hang, like we just gonna chill and just be cool. I think that was a major part, because that was something that I had never done before, like ask questions about stuff. But when you go through stuff, you learn to ask a question because you ain't trying to go through that again. You know what I'm saying? So and then maintaining that friendship, like what that thing that we decided we were going to do together, like as just being friends and just hanging, we maintain that. Like, it was like, we not going past that, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what we said, so you got to say what you mean what you say. And just over time, I just want to say it just kind of developed into something else, because you spend a lot of time. You spend a lot of time with a person. You know what I'm saying? You get to know that person. Like, hey, this is cool, and you see what is good for you, and what's different, and the one key thing for me, let me say, that made me know that I was like, okay, wait a minute, I'm gonna have to think about this differently, because he was totally opposite of what I thought I wanted. You know what I mean? So, we always make up this thing in our head, like I want him or I want her to be this, and she need to be this, and he need to be that, and I want him to work here, and I think I need him to look this way, and we can always make a list of stuff that we want, but is that really what we need? You know what I'm saying? That's real serious. And then you gotta be ready to deal with that, because in knowing that he was something that I needed, it wasn't always like kiki and fun for me, because as we talked about in Bible study, when you're in a relationship or in, someone that you think you're going to share your life with, like, it puts a mirror in your face. even good friendships can do that. If it's a real friendship, if it's real, it will make you take a look at yourself. And so you got to deal with yourself, you know what I'm saying, before I can start saying, well, wait a minute, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? And so I think those things were like key to how the relationship kind of grew. We had communication at the beginning, and we stuck to what we said we was going to do. Oftentimes we go back and forth because our feelings and emotions get all caught. Mm-hmm. But, we was real consistent, because I can't say that I didn't get into my feelings and my emotions, as a female, because that's what we do. But I was very consistent with myself and maintaining like, nope, I'm not doing that. We're not going to do that. We're going to stay right here until, it's made clear to me what we need to do. And I had, and I knew, growing up and knowing that and learning like the word of God. And I'm knowing that it's he that finds a wife findeth a good thing. I knew that I'm not rushing it. I'm not pushing it. I'm not, God, if this is supposed to be, then you're going to have to make it be. And I left it in his hands, and I wasn't trying to do it. You know what I mean? I wasn't doing anything extra to try to make it be. I was totally letting God do it. And I was cool with it at the time. Right?
Yeah.
You got anything else with that? Like anything else?
No, you said a lot.
Okay, I just.
Well, it's cool. It's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But what she said was true, and for me, it was in the beginning being honest and being straightforward, and not putting on a facade and not being fake, and not trying to gain anything from it. Like, people go in relationships and they looking for something. You know what I mean? They looking for something like this is supposed to happen because I know when you get in a relationship, this happens, and this is supposed to happen to make me feel good about myself. You know what I'm saying? And like she was saying, when you get in relationships and when you get to know a person and you're honest and open, then it's like a mirror, because then you look at yourself. You know what I mean? You turn around and look at yourself and you see yourself. So, and because a lot of people have a tendency to blame others for their situation, and they want people to figure them out, and they ain't figured themselves out. You know what I mean? So I'm for myself, I didn't come in trying, she got to figure me out, learn me. She got to know a man and all that. Man, get in that dumb mindset. To me, it's the ignorant mindset, that caveman mentality. That, you know what I mean? So me, I came in and I wanted to be honest, straightforward. Like, this is that. I'm not looking for nothing from you. You know what I'm saying? And let's be friends first before anything. You know what I mean? And we're not putting titles on that, because I don't like titles. That's just me personally. I don't like titles because, I see how some people go around, and that's not knocking anybody, but people come around like, that's my wife or that's my husband. No, first, that's Robin. You know what I'm saying? I got to look at her who she is. You know what I'm saying? Instead of putting that title over her, she's an individual, and her name is Robin, and I got to figure out who she is on a, daily basis to understand who she is. Not, that's going to be my wife. Well, you don't understand. You don't even know who the individual is. You just want a wife, just to label, say, y'all got a, that tag up there to say I got a wife, or just like women say, I just want a husband. But do you know the individual? What's the individual name? What's their personality? How did they grow up? What's their family like? You know what I mean? And just learn the individual. You got to learn people, and you have to understand people. But you have to be unselfish to do that, because a lot of people are selfish. They say, no, they need to learn me and figure me out. Well, that's selfish. A relationship, now you're already starting with friction, because there's going to be friction right there when that starts out. But we have to be open and the communication, honesty, and when honesty comes in, you got trust factor in there, right? You got to trust the individual. So that's how you got to learn the individual. Because if you really want something, you will push it and push. It doesn't matter what the obstacle is, you're going to go get it, right? And if you know, I want this is what I want, and I know this is what I want without a shadow of a doubt, I want this, I'm going to get this, and this is what I want to do, then you're going to fight and you're going to push it. Even if you compromise, you change your whole attitude, you change the way you dress and all that type of stuff, because that's what you want. And I wanted to make this work, and it's going to work. You know what I'm saying? It's not changing who you are, because people got a tendency to think, well, I'm changing, that's changing me, and I'm changing who I am. No, you're not changing. You're still yourself, and you can be yourself. That's when the honesty comes. You know what I mean? You got to be straightforward and don't put the facades up. Honesty is the key, man. Yeah. If you come in any relationship lying and untruthful, that you already started on the foundation you built is already rocky. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's foundation is hard.
Yeah, that's interesting. I know a lot of times, especially in today's culture, you don't communicate like, I'm going to say it, all right, shots fired. Like when y'all came up, it wasn't too much social media. You had a conversation with somebody in front of you. You had a converse, right. Actually, hold a conversation that was more than IDK or WID, what you doing. Right. And nowadays it's like, if you can't text talk to me, then I can't hold this conversation. I can't open this dialogue with you. You know, and I was actually reading an article. Y'all, Life Coach, I know I don't like to read, but I was reading this article on text communication of how you can learn a person through the way that they text. And I'm like, for me, that's just stupid. I ain't got time for that. Especially if you text like 2 days later. I ain't got to wait 2 days to know who you is. That's not gonna happen.
Right. That's silly. Right.
Cut that out. Got to go.
Mm.
You know, and like you said, if you can't be open enough to be honest about who you are, how can you expect the next person to say, okay, I can accept you for every flaw that you have? When you held 16 back, but you gave me 3, right? You gave me the ones, when the greater one's still behind you, still running behind you, chase you down the street because you ain't got no socks or shoes on your feet. You know? It's crazy that we have to put ourselves through those obstacles in today's society, with today's societal idea about relationships, or like I said, title or status about something. Why does the status or title even matter? Like I said, if you don't know that person, what are y'all doing together? What are you building right now? Dysfunction. Well, my favorite one, ignorance, right? Ignorance, something that's not copacetic, it's not blending the way it's supposed to blend. You wonder why hell is running through your house and your life is falling apart. You started this relationship off with one lie. You ain't got no kids, and your baby mama pop up. Tomorrow, so you gonna call Malik today? Right? Forgive me if somebody got a child named Malik. Forgive me, but it happens all too often, especially today, because that's what we know. It's what we see. We begin to take on those traits because we don't know no better. You know, it's like, why even put yourself through that thing to build something if you have nothing to stand on to begin with? Like, you can't put the walls up on a house without first laying the cement for the foundation to hold it together.
Right. There you go.
It seemed like it's common sense, but we miss the picture because we want something so fast. I believe, Ms. Robin, you said this is the microwave generation. Right? Y'all pay attention to Bible study, y'all. I may be late.
He was listening. Good job.
Right. I can't. But it's true. It's true. We want something. We want to pop it in, pop it out. Right? But then we realize the microwave got the radiation. You kill it. You stand next to the microwave. Most of us stand at the microwave like this. Watching the food. And you didn't lost 7 brain cells to you that close to the microwave.
And it slowly kills.
Right.
Then your food's still frozen in the middle. You know, that's what we have today. We still have that piece of frozen block, so we can't chip away at it because it ain't cooked through.
Oh my goodness, that's good, sir.
Process, right? I pay attention in Bible study. I don't know about y'all, right? I pay Marcus T. I'll be in the back, sleep sometimes. I pay attention when I wake up. All right, I'm transparent with them. All right, I gotta be transparent. Sometimes I fall asleep. All right, Bible study late. My bedtime is 9:30. All right, forgive me. I like my rest. They can say that all they want to. Look, they only on here, y'all, because I asked them to stay up late tonight to do this video. All right.
You said late. What time is it? It's not late.
It's not late.
They said now because they got dressed up for this video. That's all it is. It's all right. Shots fired today. All right. They started. They called me Grandpa. Shots are fired today. Right. Open, transparent discussion. We have fun here at Life and Poetry, guys.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm not cutting it. Y'all know we don't cut nothing out. So all this banter is staying in the channel, Life and Poetry. Right, this is as real as you're gonna get with the conversation. This is not nothing that we planned out. I don't have no cue cards I'm reading off of. I just love an open dialogue about stuff, especially this here. Like I said, as I'm walking into this marriage with my counterpart, with my other half. I learned something about myself every day we communicate, every day we talk, even though we may fall short sometimes. But even in that gap space, it's okay. Let me figure out why I fell in this hole here. Where did I miss that? How can I do this better? How can I communicate better? I may be a writer, but I don't like talking to people. I don't. You guys have been with me for a long time. I can't stand people. I don't like people, and I don't like words. I'm a poet that doesn't like words. That's a problem to some, but for me, it's a financial gain. Forgive me, but it is. But in that, I had to learn that I can't be that way because she's not going to understand what's in my head. Right. And my way of explaining myself is actually laying the story out for you, but some people can't comprehend that. You know, some people want to give it to me straight. As Pastor says, if you give it to me like a second grader so I can comprehend, I can understand it. You know, and I'm learning that I'm 28 years old and I'm learning again in this lifetime that everything I learned then can't transcend to where I'm going now. Especially in this relationship. I can't take the past relationship and compare that to this marriage. It's totally different. It's totally different, right?
It's a totally different person.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
A different person, you know?
Yeah.
And as am I. I had to grow from then to get to here. If I
Mhm.
didn't, I'm just stupid. I'm stagnant. If I'm stagnant, I can't help nobody out. I can't start. Why would I have a marriage? Why would I even ask her to marry me if I was just stuck in for just the thought a year out? I'm not old, y'all. In 2006, right? Why would I be stuck into it's 2020? If I still have a 06 mindset, I'm just getting out of school in 06. So I'm still a child. I still don't even know how to go to my classes right now. I don't know the combination of my locker no more because I just forgot it. It's written down on some paper, but I can't find it because my book bag junky. If I have that cluttered mindset walking into this relationship, what am I giving her? It's a bunch of I almost cussed. It's a bunch of mess.
You got it.
It's BS.
Right? Yes, that he said it, not me. I almost said that's the word, y'all. Right? I'm a work in progress. Y'all know me. But it's so funny that we look at things so differently now than the generation before us when it comes to relationships. You know, I remember sitting down with my grandparents. They were married for 30 plus years. They traveled the country near and far. They had their spouse, but they stuck it out because they said that I remember they had this conversation before they passed on. Marty, granddad called me Marty. He said, Marty, when you find the one, you have to fight for them as well as yourself. You can't just be selfish in this here. And it's about longevity. You don't get married to say, I'm going to get divorced next week. That's not what's the purpose of starting it, just to go through the chaos. I'm trying my best not to cuss. It's on my tongue, but it's going to go back. But it's like I started, and I have this conversation with myself all the time, right? If I get into this position, I'm gonna go to my corner, you go to yours, ding the bell, we're gonna come back, we're gonna face off, we're gonna figure this out together, right? I told, when I met Najee, that's my baby out, Najee, love you, boo. When I met her, I remember we had a deep conversation one night, before we was even officially boyfriend and girlfriend. I was like, this is what I need here, conversation. You know, what we needed, what we wanted, what we were looking for. You know, even our types. And it's so funny that we have this list, like you said, of this type of what we think we want. And that type gonna beat you over the head, gonna take all your money, gonna bleach your clothes. You know, I'm being honest, right? It happens, right? And we was like, that's just, as we grew, we were like, that's just foolish. We want love, like true love.
Right.
Love is to be unselfish and unconditional. You know, and I was like, that's my baby, y'all. My baby. You know, and it was funny because as in the video prior to the ones I did this week, I let Life and Poetry know when I knew I was in love with her. It was the moment she looked at me, and we were in the house, an old apartment. We were going to cook some French fries. She taught me how to cook French fries and grease on the stove. Lord Jesus. Yes, I did know Life and Poetry. Comment if you want to. All right. I put them in the oven. I could walk away from them. I got time for grease to be popping. I don't like cooking bacon like that for that reason. Right. But she went from my hand and she pulled me off the bed. And I'm like, whoa, babe, I need my walker. She's like, oh, I don't see that. I didn't see you with that. And I was like, it was literally in her face. She pushed it out of the way. Said, oh, I didn't even realize you needed that. At that moment, I knew I loved her. And I knew that was the start of something, of a relationship right there. For me, that's what I needed right there. Somebody who saw me outside of the flaws, outside of the disability, outside of the this, the that, and the third. She'd be like, so what we gonna do? We're going out, we're gonna get on the bus. Yeah, I don't do public transportation. So we're on the bus. What we gonna do? She had me on the bus, y'all. I don't do the bus. Like after Bowie, I don't do the bus no more. It's too much work for me. You know, but for me, that was something we actually talked about. Why I had fear of getting on the bus, why I had fear of going outside by myself with the walker. And she helped me face all those things.
Wow.
Yeah, because of her, I think those first steps without the walker. She took the walk in the house that day, one day. Like, walk to me. I'm hungry, boo. Let's go. Say, we're not gonna eat till you walk. I took those first 2 steps with her in that apartment that day.
That's awesome.
You know, that unselfish, unbiased type of love. She didn't see what I was dealing with. She told me what I was worth for the outcome of it all.
Oh, that's good.
I was like, that's longevity, because to be with a person with a disability takes patience.
Yes.
Patience, trust me.
Yeah.
And she stuck it out. She's at every doctor's appointment with me. In the office with the doctor. Come on, what you say? He needs to do what? He need to eat this. I'm still not eating that stuff, but you know, but all those things, and that's for me, that's I think in this generation, in today's generation, in my generation, we need some type of that that old school mindset of understanding that what relationships truly are about, not just a quick fix. You know, because that turnaround rate for me is like, it's not for what are you doing? I just met a girlfriend like 2 days ago. You got a new girlfriend already, bro? So I'm bringing, first of all, I don't know shorty. Don't bring her in my house like that. You know? I'm sorry, friends. Hypothetically speaking, I'm not talking about none of y'all. Wink, wink. But that's how I feel about it. And to see people such as yourselves that chose to stick it out through everything. Like you guys have had relationships before this one here. You came into relationships with children already, but you stuck it out. You guys chose to raise each other's kids. How many people do that today? Right? One of my sergeants used to do this. 0. Right? It's really rare to find somebody that says, I will love you with them.
Right.
Yeah.
One, you know, and they'll be mine. It ain't no stepchild. You mine at that point.
Yeah.
You know, and all that comes with the relationship of today. It's a sad truth, but it's a reality of what's happening today. You know, but it's just, my thing is, if you pick God first before anything will be possible.
Yes.
Anything. Like I'm married in 2020. I was in the hospital in 2016, stricken to a bed. Told me I couldn't walk on my own. I'm not gonna cry because I'm past all those tears, right? The wheelchair's gone, the walker's gone, the cane is about to be gone. Guys, I'm moving in my future with my wife.
Amen. Yeah.
You know, because I stood when you guys had the conversation with me some time ago when I gave up on everything. Yeah, I doubt y'all remember this conversation. I never really do when we talk about stuff because I'll be too deep sometimes. You both said to me the same thing on 2 different days, and it was so funny because I was like, "Bruh, didn't y'all just tell me this?" I was on everything. I was in my head like, "You really want to do this again?" Like again, I'm trying to eat and go home. You know, I gotta get up the steps. You know, the steps was not my friend. Like, we go home quick. I get up the steps. You guys said to me that as long as I continue to press forward, God will lay out a path for me to unveil a lot more than I can think that I deserve or will have in what's happening now.
Right.
It was more deeper than that, y'all, but them words, they use big words sometimes. I just don't comprehend a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Right. That Ray is wisdom in his spirit, guys. He drops a lot of knowledge every day. Guys, shameless plug. Check out our church with our very own Pastor Robert Stroger at New Life Changing Christian Center on our Facebook page, which is linked in the description down below. All the time it will be there. We have church services Sunday on Facebook as well as Instagram. Tuesday, we have intercessory prayer on Zoom. I think I remember it all right. Wednesday, Bible study on Zoom as well as now on Facebook. Guys, we're doing it big. Thursday, prayer, iron sharpens iron. Saturdays, saturation Saturdays with our very own elder, Tyler Strogic. No, whoa, Jesus. Tyler Carmichael, right? T. Carmichael. It's my, look, I got excited. I indoctrinated her into the family. She wanted the daughters now. I indoctrinated her into the family, right?
Well, that's our sister.
Right.
So we good.
Yes. But all those things that are happening in New Life Changing Christian Center, on Pastor Robert Stroger and his lovely wife. I almost called you Pastor, Rob. That's why I almost called you Pastor.
You already said it. You already said Pastor to him. One
Pastor. He's gonna call you Pastor.
I was on the roll. Right.
Slow it down.
I got excited. But all itself, Miss Robin Stroger has her own ministry, guys. She's an amazing person to talk to, guys. Trust me. I call her all the time, but like, what you doing? She'd be like, what do you want? I'm like, nothing. She'd be like, on my phone. Right.
That doesn't sound very amazing.
Right.
But sometimes that's what I need. I just need somebody to say, what you do, how you doing type thing, you know. But see, we got a friendship. That's that relationship. That's that. I really look at you guys as you know, they had the Big Brother program stuff back in the day. They don't think they have those to me no more.
Right.
But I think you guys more just in those programs there. I think of you guys as those, I'm gonna say it, like parental type figures. You know, when you speak, I listen. If you never realized that, I sit and say, yes, sir. I've never called you Rob, right? I don't even like calling you Pastor. It's always sir. And it's the reason I do it. Because I hold you to that type of esteem. I'm not gonna say I put you on a mantle, but I hold you on that type of esteem because it's like, that's there. You know, you pulled me out of those places and we built that relationship and said, look, bro, you need me, call me. Even though they kidnapped me one day, they put me in the hospital bed, and I was like, yeah, and bring me no food, nothing, no snacks, nothing. They took away my Pop-Tarts, everything, y'all. But it got me here today. It's
right.
my life today. And we built that rapport, we built that relationship up, you know. And it's funny because relationships isn't always just intimate. Sometimes it's that friendship, that brother-sister bond, that family relationship there, you know, that spiritual connection, that spiritual relationship that we have. And I had that before you were pastor. I'm quite certain God knew you were pastor back when you were born, but I knew you just as Mr. Rob and Miss Rob.
Right.
And I addressed you as sir then. It was never nothing short of that.
Right.
I can't do that. That's just not my character, my nature, because I see you for who you are. Right. Like you said, you're Rob, but to me, you sir. I feel real bad calling you that just there. Sorry.
That's a part of relationships that, you know, that relationship building thing that you were talking about. Like, you know, it not just in a lover's aspect, but just in a friend, you know, who cares, you know what I'm saying? Who cares enough to see you past what you can see and to pray for you, even when you're not praying for yourself, and to push you further than you can see yourself going. You know what I'm saying? That's when you know you have a friend, you have a spouse. You know what I'm saying? Because those persons don't care if you get mad and throw the walker, or, you know, Rob never cared whether I got mad at him, you know, because, you know, like, he's just is not the type of guy that's gonna care, you know, like, not, I don't want y'all to think that he doesn't care, but he's so truthful, which was something that, you know, a lot of people aren't really used to, because I'm here to tell you, it's hard hearing the truth. And when you grew up most of the time on a bunch of BS, you know, and a bunch of Round the Corner and all through Robin Hood Bond and all that kind of stuff, when you get that straight from the hip, it can be kind of harsh at times. But when those persons can come to you and tell you the honest to God truth, and you know it's truth because it hit you straight in the bottom of your gut, and you like, you know what, I know, but, you know, you put it in the back. You know, we compartmentalize stuff. We put it back there. We're not going to deal with it. And, you know, when that person can come to you and be honest with you and say, hey, you doing too much. Hey, that's bull crap. I know that's not true. You know, I think two, I can give two quick real life scenarios of how I used to look at him a little side eye, like, this guy. You know, but it hit me in my stomach. Like, I knew it was the truth, but it was something that I didn't want to deal with. And then the other one was just, it hit me in the bottom of my stomach, but it was something I didn't know how to fix. And guess what? That another thing, I'm sorry, before I say the scenario, another thing about a person that you know is real is they can give you, like, the do's and don'ts, you know what I'm saying, can tell you where you went wrong, but then they can also be that same person that give you the solution to it. You know what I mean? Like, they just not gonna leave you out there just dry by yourself trying to figure it out and drowning. You know what I'm saying? It's like they gonna say this and then, but you can do this. So my example is, I remember I used to dress up a lot. And because I sang on a bunch of choirs, and so we were always dressed up and running somewhere. So I think we were just going to the grocery store or something, and I threw on some boots, high heel boots or something. And he was like, what are you doing? Why are you wearing high heel boots to the grocery store? It's the grocery store. Your feet gonna hurt. It's hard floors. It's cold. You know what I'm saying? You carrying stuff. Why are you doing that? Like, you're doing too much. And I was like we weren't even married then, you know. And I'm like, well, you don't tell me what to do in my head. It never came out of my mouth. I was just looking at him like, and I thought about it in the back of my mind. I was like, I really probably shouldn't put these on, but I feel like I'm gonna be cute because I just want to do this for him. And he was like, hey, throw your sneakers on. You know what I'm saying? He was like, your shoes aren't making you cute. It's not your shoes. It's not your clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, oh. So, you know what I'm saying? So then, you know, he hit me hard, but then, you know what I'm saying, he came and closed up the wound. Like, them boots ain't doing nothing. Like, that's not going to make you or break you or what have you. And so then, so that was one scenario. And then my other scenario was, I believe we were married already. Yeah, we were married. And I had a lot of, I don't know how far this video gonna go.
It's all right. Take it there.
I had a lot of bull crap, like with my family. And like every time we came together, it was just, it wasn't real. You understand what I'm saying? And so, and I mean, we had just kind of got in the, I don't even know what to call it, but in the cycle of just doing what we do and not being real. And Rob was like, listen, I can't do that with y'all. y'all over there BS. The tension thick is, I don't know what. Don't nobody like each other. He don't like you. You don't like him. He don't like them. He baga. I mean, he killed it. And I was looking at him like, why would you say that about my family? But listen, it was so true. It was so true. And I was so hurt for so long over that. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, listen, I'm not doing that with you. You can go, but I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go with your family. Because we don't do that. We don't do that on my side, you know. And I did not understand it for so long. And when I finally got it, now, like I said, I knew it to be so. But to say it, you know, for someone to say it to me and to be bold enough, let me say, to say it in my face and be one with it. Like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. And you know, you fake as they are. You just as 2 cents as they are. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh. And so, no, you didn't say that. But you were saying I was being fake along with them. Right. So we was all fake. Right? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. He didn't say those words, y'all. He said it, you know, he's real crafty and he's very excellent with his his dissertations or whatever you want to call them. But that's basically what he said. And that was very hurtful. However, on the flip side of that, he was like, I'm just trying to figure out, why do you feel like you have to do that? Like, what is it that they do for you that you feel like you have to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's your family and you either going to be one with them or you're not. Like, you don't have to go through that to this and, you know, and some other stuff. And it took some time and I got it though. I got it after a while, you know what I'm saying? And I was able to be free from going through the rigmarole of being fake and, you know, and then building up myself. Because every time, you know, after our situation, I would have to like de-escalate and all that kind of stuff after being with them. And so I'm like, oh, okay, I get what he's saying now. And then to see him interact with his family, you know, I mean, it was totally different. You know, where they can be angry with each other and be back in love in the next second. It just wasn't like that for me. It wasn't like that in my family. And so I just had to, there's that mirror again, where I had to just be okay with, hey, that's just not what we do over here. And I have to decide, do you want to, you want to be a part of that or you don't? But I'm telling you, just showing me the truth of it all has freed me up in so many ways though. You know what I'm saying? And my family is fine. I love them and, and I still see them and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, it has freed me. I mean, free, like chains broke, like heaviness off, like irritation and agitation and of workups, you know what I'm saying? When I know I'm a seam and all that kind of, I'm free from it. And, the thing that I thought that would hurt me so bad, just him even saying it, it turned out to be something good for me because guess what? His ultimate goal was to get me free. It really had nothing to do with them. You know what I'm saying? He cared enough for me to tell me, I need you to stop that because that's not necessary. You know what I'm saying? Never said anything bad about my family. Never, and never even thought anything. And that's another thing. Like the person that that's for you, friends or your mate, they can say things to you that you may not agree with, but you can feel the love behind it. You know what I'm saying? That's a difference. There's a difference in saying stuff, that's truth and trying to show you and help you and free you versus saying stuff to be nasty and to try to like a get back. You know what I mean? Like, it's totally different. It feels different and it hits different. And so that was another, like, those major, that was major for me. That was major for me, for him to be able to, and before the whole family thing, like, it was so many things about myself that he could say to me, you know, to help me. And then he was like, hey, don't wear that, because that don't look right on you. You know what I'm saying? You're too short, you this, or, you know, if you do this, this would make it, this you know, this is cuter. He did do that. First of all, he's really good at dressing, right? Listen, yes, he did, y'all. Yes, he did. He would say, and he's okay with it, like, no, don't wear that. Like, that's just not for you. You can't wear it. Just because it comes in your size don't mean you can wear it. I can say that to the ladies myself. You know, I was good telling somebody else that, but not for myself. You know what I'm saying? But then he gives me a solution to it. No, you need to wear this kind. Look, I'm going to get it for you. Boom, put it on. It's fly. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, dang. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? That's very helpful. Because you see some people come out the house and they be looking stone crazy. You're like, why did you let them come out the house like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't.
But it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
But I don't not make it seem like I'm judgmental or anything
No,
like that.
no.
But
I wasn't trying to say that. I'm
the
just saying.
family thing, like she was saying, was true. I was looking at her stress level and how she was preparing, because it was always on a celebration occasion or a holiday, like it was a birthday. They really didn't want to go over there, but they did it just because. Mm-hmm. And it was stress, it was tension, and then on doing the Thanksgiving, it was so much stress. Doing Christmas, stress. I'm like, these are holidays. Aren't they supposed to be relaxing? Ain't this supposed to be a fun and relaxed time? Why is the holiday so stressful? Mm-hmm. I tell you what, I'm not going to be a part of that because I'm relaxing. I'm off. Mm-hmm. This is a holiday. This is supposed to be a family enjoying time. Why are we sitting up here putting on fronts and putting on, you know, facades just to please and put on a fake smile? Mm-hmm. And that bothered me because my personality, I don't like, to be phony. And like I said, I don't like to be facade. So if I'm building a relationship, especially like with her family, mm-hmm. I can't sit around you and you just smiling and I say, hey, how you doing? And you don't speak to me. You really just doing it for show. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, this ain't right. Then Robin stressed out. She mad when she got to cook so much food and nobody else preparing for. I'm like, look, let's just stop it, because you're an adult. You can stop it. You don't have to do it. Nobody said you have to do it. If you don't do this, your family going to disown you. And you're not going to get, the inheritance or whatever. But you're not going to, you know what I mean? I'm like, it's time. Because don't you want peace? And don't you want to enjoy this time? And then we allow these things to happen. And then that in return will bring stress between the relationship. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Because family can tear stuff up. And some of us say, well, that's my family regardless. Even though you going over there fighting, you upset, you bringing that tension back into your household. And then, y'all fighting and back and forth like, no enemy is going to come into my home and disturb my peace. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I was looking at her being upset and stressed. Like, this should not be a stressful time. Like, even when you cooking and preparing food for your family, it should be an enjoyable time. You know what I'm saying? This is a happy time because you're feeding your family and things like that. But it should never be a stress or an anger. You know what I mean? That's when we live in the fakeness and trying to be something and we're not, just to make somebody happy. But then people say, well, I'm trying to make my mama happy, but you're not happy. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's not going to turn out right. You're going to be over there just throwing stuff and sitting there. You're angry. You're fired up. You're balled up. You can't wait to get out. Mm-hmm. As soon as you get out of the car, you're talking about them the whole time, all the way home. You know what I'm saying? You're just grumbling. Mm-hmm. And the rest of the weekend or your holiday break, you were upset. And that's why I was like, okay, look, this has to stop. Like, we got to stop this. And I'm like, why is nobody be real with one another? You know what I'm saying? Even though every family has a dysfunction in it. Nobody's family is perfect at all. But I notice even in my family, when stuff stirred up and they started to bother me, okay, I can go ahead and exit out. Why would I sit there and go back and forth with something that is, I know, like, okay, it's time to exit out because they get on my nerve. I see where it's stirring up. Now let me exit. I love you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with folding your napkin, saying I love you,
Oh my goodness.
but I'm gone. I see y'all later. Y'all be blessed. Fill your napkin, get it from the table, and go ahead home. There's nothing wrong with that.
I got
That's
that
not being
today.
mean. That's not being nasty. That's just being you doing that for your own self.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So you won't even in your family, you won't have a dislike or a hatred for your family. Because you already know where they're gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you already know what lane they're gonna take. You know your family. Everybody knows them. They don't give you no surprises. They're gonna give you the same thing every time you come around them. So either I'm gonna be honest in this relationship with his family, or I'm just gonna sit there and be mad all the time. No, I'm gonna be honest, because I can't do it no more. Because you stressing me, stressing my household. Because I gotta go back in the house. I'm stressed out. I gotta de-escalate. I gotta do all this. Honesty is the key.
Oh my God.
And we do not want to be honest with one another because we say it hurts our feelings.
don't want to hurt.
But it's the truth. Now you reflect on yourself and be like, because even when I say that, even when I had said that, I had to check, before I said it, I had to check myself and check my family and say, hold up. Now, if I say this, am I being, just being judgmental because my family off too? I had to check myself. I'm like, I know my family off. But I know I'm not sitting over here, stressed or upset when I go over there or worked up. I'm like, because every time I say something, I turn it around back on myself. Or before I say it, you know what I'm saying? Before I say it, I turn it back on myself. I point at myself first. And I'm like, okay, now I need to tell Robin this because I can't do this no more. Because I'm upset. I'm getting disturbed. I'm looking at all the fun, because I was an outside person looking in. I'm like, I can't even build a relationship with the family. And you know what I mean? I can't be friends or even come close to the family because they over here doing their thing. They really don't like me too tough. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to be around that. You know what I mean? So, and that's a problem even in relationships and in even today's society. We just do stuff, to me, just to be doing it.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
I'm not doing that another day. And
even, in marriage, relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, we get into these relationships I'm gonna get in this relationship this week or this month, or like they say in beginning of the year, I'm gonna be in a relationship this year. So you find anything or anybody just to be in a relationship. This is my year, and you just get in it because I just want to be in a relationship. You don't care nothing about the person. You don't want to get to know the person. They may have a nice car, or they may have a decent job, make decent money. Some people be with that person. That's like a good relationship. Knowing the person, you don't like the individual, or it's just a sex thing. You know what I'm saying? Because the sex thing wears off. That's going to wear off. And all of that, and now you back a month later or 2 months later, and then you back by yourself again, sad and crying. Because you never went in it. Your intentions was, I'm going to be in a relationship, and it's going to make me feel better for myself. And they going to take me like I am. They going to love me. And this going to work out. And just like you said, in microwave society, we really not going to have no discussions about relationship or about the future. We just going to get into this, and you don't know who I am. This is what you bring to the table. This is another thing. What you bring to the table, this is what I'm bringing to the table. We going to make this work. And that's all you got. How long that's going to last? Yeah. They don't know each other from Jack. They don't know nothing about them, the individual. They don't even know if they got a middle name or anything. They don't even know their favorite color. I mean, it might sound silly for that little stuff, but that's important to know. You got to know that individual. Yeah. But I look at it now and I'm like, you really don't want to know it, because now they say, because I have to put in work. Yeah. But I don't look at it as work. Now is a transformation. Now is a learning. It's a growth. You're maturing, because now, when you get to know that person and learn that person, that like you said, that joint turns back on you. Now you see yourself in the mirror. Yeah. But who wants to look at themselves truly and look at themselves, as I always just say to kids, look at yourself butt naked. Not literally, but look at yourself and look at all your flaws. Look at all your mess. Instead of pointing the finger at the other person, look at all your mess. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to stare at and look at. Even in now where we at, sitting in the houses and things because of the the COVID and all that. Now you got a chance. Now you're looking at yourself. Nobody wants to look at themselves. Nobody want to deal with themselves, but they want the other person to figure them out. You don't even know who you are. Right. You don't even know who you are. You know what I'm saying? You a title, whatever your job says you are, whatever your college degree say you are, whatever your car is, your house, whatever your paycheck is. So that's what we put all that over ourselves before we even understand who we really are. And then, like the word said, love yourself. You got to love yourself as you love your brother. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa. We don't even love ourselves. How you gonna say I love you and you don't even love yourself?
Yeah.
That's real. That's confusing to me. Like I'ma love you. You love me to make me feel better, but I don't even love myself. Because if you look at the whole thing, if you love yourself and truly love yourself, you won't allow things to come into you or come around you because you'll protect yourself. Like, I'm not allowing that to come. I love myself too much. So I'm not going to be associated with nonsense, mess, or I see this. I'm a chick. Just like when you have a child, you love that child so much, you protect that child. You don't want them to hear things, you don't want them to see things, because you don't want them to grow up and it with bad. You know what I'm saying? So you protect them from that. That's the way we should do with ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We should look at ourselves like that and love ourselves, truly love yourself, because then you wouldn't be caught up in nonsense relationships, craziness, fighting, all that extra. Because I said that, like, when we got together, I can't even name, and this is not even bragging, I can't even name a time that we had a fight. You know what I mean? Because it's not going to happen.
Right.
And as a man, and this is going off, even just saying it directly to Marcus and any other men. When we in a relationship, we actually, and we don't understand, we control that whole dynamics. You understand what I'm saying? Because I got the power, and it's not being male chauvinistic or anything. I got the power to break her down, make her feel less than a woman, make her feel low. You know what I'm saying? Or I can make her feel like the highest of the highest. You understand what I'm saying? We have the power to do that. And God has set that forth, right?
Yeah.
You got the power to control that whole household. You know what I'm saying? But we don't understand that. And we as men, we've been taught to have this masculine exterior and be masculine, not show emotions, don't cry, don't do this. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. You got to be hard as nails. You got to do that. But I'm looking at the pain that we have, and I'm switching subjects, but I'm looking at the pain that men have and how we bring that into relationship. And then we beat it on the female like she's supposed to be our mother. She's supposed to understand us and build us up. And I hate the saying, like, the woman's supposed to stand right and build him up. I don't need Robin to build me up. I need her support. You know what I'm saying? But I don't need her to build me or grow me as a man. I'm a grown man. I'm not a child. She's not my mother. You understand what I'm saying? So we have this relationship, and we have this whole thing misconstrued. Yes. We have allowed the world to tear us up what it's supposed to be. We don't go to the word first. You understand what I'm saying? And we have totally allowed the world's education of relationships and things of that nature to destroy us. So now we're sitting there, like you said, Mark, you get in a relationship this week. Then next week you got a new boo. Then the following week you got a new boo. We didn't have 17 boos throughout the 6 months. And you're like, brother, what you doing? And then you stress and tired, and every situation, reason why he's not, the individual's not in. And who does he blame? Is the female crazy? Yeah, they crazy. They this and that. I'm like, no, it's the reason. You must have the problem. Because why are you running through all these different women and all these different relationships, and it's all the female's fault? Come on, you know what I'm saying? It just bothers me because we don't look at ourselves. We do not look at ourselves. We don't love ourselves. We don't go into ourselves and pull up all that mess that we have that we keep holding on to, and we act like it's not there, and we walk around in that joint. I said it last Wednesday. It follows us all the time. All our mess sits right there. You put it in the bag, it creeps up right there. And you try to stuff it in your pocket, it bulges out. And I ain't dealing with that today. And in the morning, it pops right in your face. You know what I'm saying? Until we deal with it and own your mess. You understand? I was going to curse too. I was going to own your stuff You have to own all your mess, your dirty, trifling mess. You got to own it. Yeah, that's me. I'm that. I'm this. I'm this. I'm that. But I'm not holding on to it no more.
That's it.
I'm going to let it go. You know what I'm saying? And the only one can let it go is you allow and give it to God. I'm going to let it go. I don't want that mess no more because it's holding me back. It is holding me back from even enjoying life, enjoying, you know what I'm saying? Getting into a relationship and being happy and just being happy in general. Not really being with somebody to make you happy, but being happy in general. All that mess that you're holding of yourself, all your nasty, grimy little, you know what I'm saying? We just keep holding. It sits right there. You put it back, it bounces up, you throw it. You know what I'm saying? It's bouncing around all the time until we let it go. It's you're not. Even when you try to go in a relationship, it ain't gonna never work because the mess fall out. His mess fall out, her mess fall out. Y'all both fighting amongst your mess. All that, like you said, relationships from the past. You holding that mess, you brought that with you. You know what I'm saying? And y'all just combating constant mess. And y'all can't never see each other because it's blocked with all the mess. You know what I'm saying? You can't even see yourself because you covered with so much mess. And until we be honest with ourselves and let that mess go, that's the only way it can work.
And loving yourself is like a huge key. I'm telling you, you don't even understand the loving yourself. I understand it now that that's what it is. But like when you love yourself enough that you're not going to let and allow, like Rob was saying, the foolishness be in your space. And guess what? It doesn't have a person on it. Like just because it's your mama don't mean that it's okay for her to do that. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's your daughter, your son, your cousin, your best friend, you know what I'm saying? You get that piece, then, you don't allow nothing or no one. That's when you love you enough. Nothing or no one. It doesn't matter what their relationship is to you. And, and then see, when you start loving yourself, then sometimes you lose people because they don't understand why you're not listening and taking my mess like you used to. You used to take my mess. You know what I'm saying? I used to bring you my mess. I almost said it.
Come on. Look, if it comes out, it comes out. They don't understand.
You gave us a prerequisite.
At this point, this is about complete transparency. That's what this is about here. Like,
yes.
We are as free as can be, guys. We have the pastor and his wife talking as free as can be. How many folks y'all know, right? You got the pastor on YouTube talking free like this, huh? Exactly. It's about freedom and understanding who we are. I love this here. I love this here, guys. I'm really about to sign my whole channel over to Pastor Robert Stroger and his wife, Miss Robin Stroger. I'm about to give them the keys to life. I'm about to give them the keys to life and poetry. All right, give them the keys to life and poetry. Because at this point here, it's like it's an awesome word that's coming about. I know we're not having church because we're not on Sunday. But people get so caught up in church on Sundays in the building. With the man hawking his spit up the back of his throat with that robe and collar on, he choking. It's 87 degrees outside. He got a full 17-piece suit on.
Right.
With alligator
shoes
on. Exactly. He got hard bottom gator shoes on today. Alligator. Oop! I just said that. Yeah, I did. But we get so caught up on that shenanigan there that we forget to see the bigger picture, which is the truth and transparency.
The truth.
And like you said, if we don't love ourselves first, right? We gotta love God above all. But if we don't love ourselves, how can we love the girlfriend, the wife, the daughter, the son, the dog, the cat, anything that comes upon you? How can you love it if you don't have the love for yourself first?
Okay.
Right? That's a relationship in itself.
Not properly. Mm-hmm.
I learned that some years ago in 2016 when I was in a hospital bed when they told me to stay for a year in that place. But I learned that then. Then when Pastor Rob sat at that bed, when he just Mr. Rob, sat at that bed and didn't say nothing to me the entire time. He transitioned me from the hospital to the rehab. Both times it was him by my side. I knew my dad could be there because he had already transitioned up into the throne with Jesus and them at the cookout with the sandals and whatnot. They can have it, but Mr. Rob was sitting right there. Pastor was right there at my side every single way. He told me before he left every time, "You cool?" That's it. You cool? To this day, he still asks me, "Am I cool?" I don't know what it means. I think it means, "Am I right?" Right? But I'd be like, "Yeah." right? I don't know what else behind it, but for me, that's weight there, and that's part of our relationship there. You know, I don't care where you go. You go, I'm following you. Where we going? We going to Florida. Let's go. I'll drive. I got gas money. Let's go. All right. It's really that locked in for me with you guys, with both of you guys. You know, you guys have been at my side and for my family, helping us out along the way, encouraging us, constantly praying for us, motivating us to keep pushing forward, and praying. Even when you guys came into the anointing over this house here, when you left, I sat on my bed and cried when I walked back into my room, and I was like, "This is Pastor's first house anointing. His first wedding performance thing. He gonna christen my children first, dedicate my children first. That's how all right. So none of y'all knew life better. Had no more kids until me. All right. That's right. I'm the first. All right. I'm spoiled. I'm the favorite. All right. I said it. Deal with it. Deal with it.
He is like a poetry family. There it is. Boom. I dropped that.
Right.
Boom.
Dang, right. She ripped that Band-Aid off. But it's all about their rapport, their relationship, whether it's personal, spiritual, emotional. Those ties we have comes back to a foundational relationship with self.
Yes.
All comes back to it. All comes back to it. I can't have a child if I don't love myself. How can I love my son? Right? Or the kids that God said I was supposed to have. Right? That's a conversation for another day, guys. Another day. But how can I love them unconditionally enough to have love for my wife at the same time? Right? And still back and get on my face every night to pray and love on God just because same as he loved on me. Right? I do it now, but it's just me right now. Now it's just me and my wife. So praying is easy right now. But wait till I pray for all my families and them, and then they have friends that come to the house because I don't trust them too much right now. You know, imagine when that time come around when my kids have friends that want to come spend the night, and I got to make sure they're covered in my house. Right, I have that relationship with their parents. Like we're free enough and cool enough. So I got your kids today. You got mine the next 2 weeks. You know, I got one day. They got 2 weeks. That's just how it's gonna work. I don't care.
It's okay. You train the child in the way they should go, and you won't have to worry about that because they're not gonna bring foolishness.
Yeah, they you know what I mean? Because Marty Mott don't play. I love the kids. The Lord knows I do. The Lord knows I love the kids. I love my babies. But we don't do the nonsense. I'm not one. I can't tolerate foolishness and nonsense. Especially my mindset now. I ain't got patience for nothing no more these days. Got nothing.
Marcus acts like he's 75, y'all.
Yeah. This morning I woke up and felt like it. My niece saying, "Whoa, you moving a little too fast." My niece had a bad relationship with me this morning. We was arguing with each other. I got outside the bed and I had to roll to the door to hold him to the door to get up. I was like, "This ain't gonna work for me." So I let you roll across the bed to the door, grab the cane, and I was like, maybe this is a walking day. This is a walking day.
Absolutely not. We don't go backwards. Don't you ever say that again. No.
My relationship with the walker come a long way though. Come along for me falling in slow motion the day y'all laughed at me in that apartment building. He falling in slow motion, and y'all ain't neither one of them trying to catch me. Y'all neither one of them even embrace themselves, say I got you.
It was in slow motion. You weren't gonna hurt yourself.
Like, he falling slow. Ha ha ha. No, I'm going down. Mayday. You know. But even then, I had to have self love enough to say I'm gonna keep pressing in.
Right.
That came with me motivating myself daily.
Yeah.
Even I felt the curb at the church, and pastor was like, "You cool? Get in the car. We going to the cookout." And I was like, "Cookout? I just fell off this curb, but you good though, right? Right? In my mind, that's today's standard. Like this is like, well, did you die? Did it kill you? You up there, right? Are you bleeding? You need a Band-Aid? You want a hug? Let's go eat." You know, and that brought me to understanding that if I can't motivate and love myself enough to say I'm gonna keep pressing forward. I'd have been back in Holy Cross Hospital on the second floor of room 24B. I remember the room. Yeah.
And then if he didn't see you past it, because if he'd have fell into that with you, you'd have been there. But he saw you past that. He was like, "We're not doing that."
Like I needed him to be in my message, but he would not come. He would not cry with me. He would not be mad about it with me.
Listen,
he told me. He said, "So what you want to do about it?" I mean, because
life of poetry, he is not that guy. Okay.
Y'all see Pastor face now? That's the same face he had in 2016 at both of them hospitals, right? Doctor's Hospital and Holy Cross Hospital. Here on this side of the coast or East Coast, he was like, "So what we gonna do? You need this paperwork." He was like, "This your doctor. This you meet him. This is his name. I'll be back later. But you ain't gonna stay. Make sure I go to sleep first." He was gone. He was like, deuces, are you good? All right, I'm out. I was like, dang, that's what we gonna do today?
Gangsta.
We're not gonna throw a chair just for a little bit. He was like, you good? I was like,
Because we knew it was temporary. You know what I'm saying? That was all temporary. It was all a process, to, especially where you at now. And you, and I know God spoke to you so much, and even what I saw and what we saw and who you are and who even our apostle even saw it. You know what I'm saying? So it's the truth. And all of us had visions, even had dreams about where you supposed to be and where you were going. You know what I'm saying? And that was just it was just a glimpse of what God has for you. And so by not letting you fall into that, you know what I'm saying? Because the enemy would have loved that. He would have loved for all of us to get into a pity party and go into Marcus and let him, because then that was a give up time. Like even to the extreme, and it was extreme that we had to actually carry him out of the house. Like me and Lamont had to carry, my brother had to carry him out of the house and throw him in the back of the car. And that was like the last straw. Like, no, he's not giving up. And as long as we're around, that's not going to happen. And it didn't matter fighting, kicking, or whatever. Even if he's mad, he gonna get over it. It's an emotion. It's an emotion, and it's gonna pass. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna pass. Because I couldn't let my brother to go out like that, and I know who he is, and his personality and the strength that he has, and what God has for him. He can't go out like that, because that was a moment, and I'll never forget it. That joint etched in my head. Like, I'll never forget that. That was a moment in time, and dead serious. That was a time when he wanted to give up, and we was like, nope, that's not going to happen. Not on our watch. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't going to happen on our watch. And we came in there like it was a whole crew. This came in there like, I don't care what you look like, what you got on, butt naked or what have you. Nobody cared. Nobody was judging. And that's and that's true love right there. You know what I'm saying? That was true love for our brother,
for sure,
son, cousin, whatever, nephew. That was true love, and knowing what God had in store for you, because we wasn't going to let you fall or go backwards or go somewhere that the enemy wanted to take you and grab you. Because he already saw and he knew who you were. He knew for this time that we're sitting here now, having a YouTube channel and speaking on things to bless others. And if we had to just let you fall, come on now.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And it's so interesting as far as you've come, and this is to Marcus, and to see where you're at now, and you're talking, and now you right there getting married, and got so much going on. Wrote a book, got a poetry book out. You understand what I'm saying? Got all that, and what if we just said, you know what? That's what you want to do. Let it be. You understand? But the love that we had for you, we was like, no, it can't happen. It cannot happen. You just, you acting real soft right now. You know what I'm saying? You get real soft. We ain't doing that crying. This is just a moment. And I understand what I actually, let me say I understand. I didn't understand, but I didn't care. Because we're not going down like that. You're not falling. Yeah, we need you here. Ain't nobody doing our funerals. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God, no.
And your mother, she was right there, but she could care less. She was like, look, y'all do what y'all got to do. And she gave us the okay to do whatever. And I love Mom for that. I love her for that.
And Rhonda saw it.
And she saw it. She was like, he gonna be in here giving up, and I ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? Because we got places to go and things to do, and we're not gonna be here forever. And so God saw that, and it's so powerful even to see this time now. And that's love. That's relationship. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like you said earlier, it's not about intimacy and, this right here is a relationship. You know what I'm saying? This right here, us on this line, is a relationship, and it shows the trueness of the authenticity. I can't get it out. Being authentic, being real, having communication, talking, and even times, like you said, I would sit by your bed. We just sit there and chill, watch TV, just chill, just being there. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a lot of talking because I don't like a lot of fluff talk. Just talking, just be talking. I'm not that type of person. If it ain't nothing to be said, just shut up. You know what I'm saying? So we just sit there being with you and seeing you go through the process and praying with, and I'm telling you, it's nothing but God. It's nothing but God, and that's what a true relationship is. You know what I'm saying? And we should have that same relationship. And let me take it back. You can't have true relationship like that, like you just said, without loving yourself. You understand? But you loving God. God is in us. Once you believe in Him and accept Him, having that true love right there. Now I can love my brother. You understand what I'm saying? Now I can see where my brother at. And I can love him so much because I love myself. And I got true love for my brother because I don't want to see nothing happen to him. Yeah. I don't want to see him fall. I don't want to see him go backwards. I ain't going to no funeral with him because that's not going to happen long as, you know what I'm saying? Long as we there, the doctor, I don't care what they out there talking about. I was sitting there with him when the doctor was talking. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get through this. We gonna get through this. And to see where you at now, man, is amazing. And it's not predicated on us. It's not predicated. I ain't had nothing to do with it. Robin, New Life is all God. Yeah. It's all Him, and that's the only one who get the glory of it. Not me, like I said, not me, Robin, none of us. Even all the phone calls, it's all God. Yeah. You understand? If we base our relationships on that, they be crazy. Yeah. Yeah. They be, you know what I'm saying? If we allow God into that avenue of our lives, because we think we only need Him for blessings or to get me out of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Give me the money. I need the money. I need a car. I need this, and I need to get out of this because I'm in trouble, and I need you to get me out real fast. But we need to put God in every avenue of our lives. Every avenue, every little crevice that we think is God ain't got time for that. He doing something big. No. He created you in His image. Yeah. So He know every hair on your head. Do you not think He cares about your relationships, the way you feel today?
He cares about what you care.
You know what I'm saying? What you want to put on today. You know what I mean? How you feeling today? Do you not think He cares about all that little stuff? Not just what we look at as the main thing, the money, the prosperity stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're like, and stuff like that. Do you not think He cares about that? God is love. So shouldn't we have love? You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't we have love for ourselves? Shouldn't we have love? We should portray that love and shoot that love out all the time. Yep. You know what I'm saying? If you say you a believer, if you say you're a child of the Most High, why we fight so hard with that love and we can't get that out? Because serving Him is not hard. That's not hard. That's not hard at all. It's when we got to get to ourselves and dig all that mess about ourselves.
The mirror.
That's the hard part. Because we got to clean all that mess up. Now we free, and the love comes. And I'm speaking for myself. I may be all over the place, but I'm speaking for myself. It's so much liberation in it. It's so liberating in it. It's so much freedom in it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't care what you say about me. I don't care what you talk about me. That's why I'm transparent and things. Because I don't care. Because God done freed me from that nonsense. I done let all that junk go. I let all that weight go. I dropped it and I let it go. That's why now I see the love. The love is so pure and it's so God's love. I'm telling you, it's so it's majestic. If it may sound corny when I say it like that, but it's like it's so refreshing. You understand what I'm saying? It's so refreshing that I hear a lot of people having issues with their wives and spouses. They be working from home. It's an issue. Somebody asked me at work, how you and your wife? Because they said, wife get on his nerve. He said, how you doing? I said, we chilling. We good. And he stopped. Like he ain't had nothing else to say because he not understanding. But that's the love that we have. Why should I sit there and fight with my best friend and we're going to fight and we're going to argue for what? Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't give the enemy a chance to rear his little head in. You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving him a little inch to rear his head and say, yeah, we going through it. Oh, the enemy like, oh, okay, that's what I'm talking about. I was waiting for you to open the door.
Let's do that.
I'm in there.
Right.
So you shot that out your mouth at work. Now, as soon as you open that door, all hell gonna break loose. You understand what I'm saying? He think, not at all. No, we chill. We good. We good. And that's the love that I have, and the love that God shows and shows us is if we could grasp that and understand that truly. Oh my goodness, it's so powerful.
It's so powerful.
It's the truth. And I'm not saying it to be sappy or like holier than thou. No, I'm being straight up. It's the truth. Once you get that and get that self and point that finger at self first, stop pointing at others and blaming everybody else. Point that thing at yourself and clean this out. You ever seen the show Hoarders?
Yeah.
That's our mess. Just like that house. Because if you look at that show, that's the people, that's their head. Yeah. Is that house. They giving you an actual visual of what their mind is. You understand what I'm saying? So once we clean that out, that hoarder, all that mess that we got blocked in and holding it in, and once we clean that out, oh my God, it feels so good. It feels so good. I'm telling you, and whoever's watching this or even going to watch this, I'm telling you, we have to let that go and give it to God. It may sound sappy, like I said, but I'm telling you from the honest truth, it feels so good.
It does. Like
nothing else. You're not even worried about it. The stress is gone. You know what I'm saying? Your worries will leave. You understand?
Every worry.
Yes.
Every worry.
But it's not overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. Right. It's work that you have to do. It's work. Because then when you do that and when you're in a relationship, when you get in a relationship, especially with God and just you and God, other people are going to drop off. Yeah. You're going to be sitting there alone by yourself. But then in that relationship that you and God got, that's going to be so intimate. It's going to be so close. Then now you like, oh, shoot. Oh, now I see it, God. I got it. Okay, now I can love others. Oh, shoot. Now I see where you're coming from. Now I'm not judging that person. Now when my brother's upset and he came yelling at me, now, oh, shoot, he's not yelling at me. I'm seeing now there's something wrong with him. Let me talk to him. You understand what I'm saying? It's not about, and I'm not taking it personal. Oh, I see where my sister is. My sister hurting right now. She been through something. Yeah. I'm going to pray for her. I'm going to pray with her. We're going to talk about it, or he or she or whoever. Now I got it. And you walking around, you're like, yeah, hey, how you doing? They hollering, screaming, and cussing at you. You're like, hey, be blessed. Hey, they think you crazy or something. It's that love. It's that God love. I'm telling you, it's no joke. It's dead serious. I'm telling you. It's serious. And it's the truth. I'm telling you, it's the truth. There's no joke in that, man. Yes, it's awesome.
It's true.
I love it. I love having you guys on the channel. The blessing about having you guys that I don't got to say nothing. I just got to sit back and listen. I love it. I love being in class. I truly do. And that's why I love doing these discussions here, because it opens up the avenue for dialogue, for the discussion, for the truth to come out. All too often we get, as I remember Pastor said one day, we get spoon-fed too much. Right, the formula, and don't fill the baby up. They need substance. They need that cereal in the milk to fill them up just a little bit. And with you guys, I get the appetizer, the entree, and the extra entree to take home, and the extra dessert. That's how I feel when I talk to you. That's why I just sat back and listened. I love just because this is something I need to know for myself as well. And I'm letting y'all know, Life and Poetry, I'm making a vow right now. Every Wednesday on Bible study, I will be the first one on the call. All right, whether I'm on the call via Zoom or Facebook, I'm gonna be there. Right? Sometimes Facebook don't work right, but at 7:59, I'm gonna be waiting for the thing to pop up. Click, boom. Hey, Marcus T, this guy is here. Right? I love it. I love it all so well, guys. It has been an amazing conversation with you guys. We love having Life and Poetry. As I think I told you guys this before, but once you hear it the first time, you pass family. You're part of the team. You're part of the brand. You're part of the mission. You're part of the move. You're part of the vision. You are Life and Poetry, right? You're beyond part of it. I'm not wanting to say you're part of this. No, we're whole. So if I'm Life and Poetry, you're Life and Poetry as well, right? I need you guys some merch. I need y'all to get some hats next time we do a video, because we're going to have matching hats next time. I'm about some hats.
All right.
Okay, just let us know.
We'll get some hats. Get some fedoras.
Gotta be something, right? Gotta be something. But amazing conversation, guys. And Life of Poetry, as we said before, check out the series, guys. That's going to be an amazing thing. I'm praying for more than 2 parts, right? Wink, wink. Life of Poetry, more than 2 parts there. Because it's some good stuff that we need to hear about, guys. We're talking about everything under the sun when it comes to understanding self-love, self-relationships with God, and self, this, that, and the third. Guys, if your wife say, get us some Skittles, remember next week she want them Skittles, all right? So she ain't got to ask. If she lick her lips and say, I need some sweet, get her them Skittles, all right? She needs Skittles. Make sure they the purple pack, because the purple pack is clutch. It comes in handy all the time, right? The tropical Skittles with the blue pack. Never get don't get the original pack, because they're going to get thrown at you. Don't do that.
You listen. You was really listening. You was really listening. You was paying attention. Good job, Marcus T.
Right. Look, this guy knows what to do now. I'm taking notes every time they open their mouths, because it's something that I need to hear, something that we need to hear, something that needs to be heard around the nation, guys. Life and Poetry. We have it with Pastor Robert Strozier and the lovely. I got to come up with another title for. I got to get you an intro. I need an intro for y'all when y'all come on next time. I'm gonna create a whole new intro for y'all when y'all come on. All right, so we fire.
Fire, make it fire.
Right.
Right.
My edits are getting better too. It's over, right? It's over, right?
Oh my goodness.
I'm so hungry right now. Guys, we have Pastor Robert Strozier with us. His lovely wife, Miss Robin Strozier, guys. New Life Changing Christian Center. Sundays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. I think we every day except for Friday, for Monday?
Monday and Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, Monday and Friday. We on every day.
We popping every day. Pick a day. Just pick a day.
Right.
Either day you gonna be blessed. It don't matter. Just jump in.
Every day. And I just found out, guys, that the new website for New Life Changing Christian Center is up and popping now. I'm also linked in the description down below, courtesy of our, I don't think she got the title, courtesy of one of our very own, who we keep stuff in-house, guys. We learn, we adapt, we overcome things, guys. Like the tattoo says, Veni Vidi Vici. We came with so we conquer. That's what we do here. We come with so we conquer things. We don't let stuff hold us down. Because remember, the church is enclosed, just a building. Remember that, just a building. But yeah, thank you so much for being here with us, guys. It's been a blessing as always. I'm gonna add some claps on here for y'all, right? So just wait for that.
You're gonna create some claps.
Ready for y'all? Yeah. Yeah. Because it's
thank
amazing.
You.
I love you guys so much, and I don't want to hold you guys too much of your time. I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your evening.
We love you too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for inviting us on, and I'm telling you, eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. I know it sounds corny and cliche-ish, but listen, the word of God says, eyes have not seen Marcus T, the guy, ears have not heard. Okay, where you're going to show up, and you have so much to do, so many places to show up. God has so much in plan and in store for you. I'm telling you, you have not seen not even like a shaving of what God has for you, just because you staying in line. Dude, do you understand? Just being in place, you don't have to do another thing. Like, you don't have to do nothing else. If you stay right here where you are and do what you're doing right now, God's going to take care of you. I'm telling you, God has so much for you and your wife, the power, the fire that you got in your back. All she got to do is say a word. I'm like, literally, like, tree die, the tree going to die at the root. Understand who you got.
Amen.
Know her power. She is so powerful. And so if she's pushing you and she's pushing this, it's going up.
That's my baby. Yeah, that's my baby.
Yeah.
That's my baby girl right there. Yes. That is true.
Okay, we love her too. Okay.
No, she's mine.
She's my little boo-boo too.
Sometimes I got to be selfish. We just said don't be selfish. That's why I'm selfish. That's my baby. All right. We got 3 solid. We've been, 2017? About good 3 years. I get 3 years. Wow.
And you said we kicked you, he was real sour about us kicking him out the car. We didn't really kick him out the car. It was just time.
Another story the other day.
We did not.
Cliff Notes, they left me on the curb and said, you riding back with them. I was like, who are these people? I don't know them. They don't know where I live at.
But who are those people? Who are they today?
Right.
That don't count.
Tell Poetry, tell Life and Poetry who they are today.
Well, Life and Poetry, guys, it's because it is truly with nothing but God that I was aligned with my wife in that moment there. And when God spoke to me and said to me, as Miss Robin said, he who finds a wife truly finds a good thing. The moment God told me I found my wife, not my girlfriend, not my fiance, but he said she was ordained to be my wife. She was taken from my rib just for me. Yeah, but see, I didn't put it in the microwave. Come on, I did not. I said, God, when it's your time, let me know, but I'm ready now.
Right.
God, now. Yeah. And he built an awesome relationship from the beginning. It was weird how I got picked up. All because they kicked me out the car, y'all. But hey. It
was time. It was time.
It was time. Only God knew on that July 2nd that I was going to get kicked out the car and find my wife.
Right.
Did he know the date?
I did. It was the day after. Remember, it's the day after my birthday because we moved. Remember? Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
I remember anniversaries. I remember everything. I remember birthdays, time she was born. I don't remember that. I used to, but I don't. But that's still my baby. All right. Favorite color, black and red, which is awesome because those are also my favorite colors. So you know our house when we late. We moving soon. Claim it. Speaking it right now in the name of Jesus. The house.
Yes. Amen. Amen. Done and done.
Yes. Because Pastor doing our wedding soon. You gotta get his stuff together.
Yeah, you gotta let me know.
Yeah. Oh, that's on me. I gotta let him know. So it's my fault.
Yeah, it's back in your court.
Right.
I thought my job was done. But guys, here, Life is Perfect, guys. Another awesome installment of Discussions with Marcus T. This guy. Until next time, guys, you know what it is. Be blessed. Stay safe. Catch y'all later. Peace.